Okay, so what I want to cover in this video is actually the next steps you should be taking, okay? To give you kind of that flow of things. And I just reviewed my Hello World one and I realized I didn't talk about the fact that there's these little rainbows going around because where I'm at in my house is I actually look out over my beautiful garden yard. We actually grow a lot of our own food here in Fresno, and I have a little prism that is run by solar, a little bitty solar panel, and I love it because I just get these fun rainbows. So if you saw those last thing and were like wondering what the heck, that's what it is. Okay, so what I want to do here is actually get into a bit more like what you need to do next, okay? We use a system to track code that's called Git. Git has been around for many years. It is an industry standard. The reason I think it's really important is that everyone I talk to out there that is in the professional realm says students, people, whoever's going into this, I always like almost just want to call you folks, but I know that's probably not appropriate. But any of you in here that may go into the professional area or at least have worked with people or an understanding of it. So it's hard to know what your next steps are. But regardless, an important thing about coding is learning how to track that code. And so the most popular system out there today is Git. And there's a website, GitHub, where we then can upload our code. But in this case, upload's not quite, it is a word, and it probably makes sense because you've uploaded photos into the, let's say, social media or into some kind of album. But in this case, it's still the process of moving code from your local system to a website. The difference is we're going to be doing it at the command line. So what I'm going to do here is just give you here's what you need to do to get started. Okay, so let's go. So you're on next steps. So just a word here, you can see that on this first item, and if you look closely, you can actually see each item what you have to do. So in this item, the first item is you just had to view it, which I hope you did. But in this item, there's actually a submit. Okay, so let's actually go in. So what you need to do here, and this is what I was talking about. Oh, I have an extra bullet here, but is to create your GitHub username. Now, if you already have a GitHub username, fine. Then you just hit start assignment and go ahead and provide that to me. If not, then this is what you're going to be doing. So open up a new tab, just type GitHub. I can type. Now I'm probably logged in. So again, I should have done this, but I didn't. You will get to this page and then you will sign up. Now, for some reason over the last couple of years, GitHub has been offering up, mostly because there is a paid part for enterprise or for certain types of users that want more functionality. But for most people, right, when they sign up, it's a free account. Okay, so do not pay in any way. Already have an account, log in. No, and then it's just going to walk you through, right? So you're going to enter your email and then you're going to create a username. All right. So again, make sure you're selecting if they do offer you a paid. No, this is a free account that I want you to have. So once you get through the process, you'll give them your username. You'll set up an email account, and then I will go ahead and log in to show you mine. Okay. Once you get that, this username is what you're going to provide to me. Okay. So if I was to just go in, I'm actually in my username already. And I have, and you will not see this on yours, but I have many organizations that I'm a part of. And that's part of what happens. Okay. Meaning once you provide me your username for GitHub, then I will add you into the GitHub organization. Now, I'm not going to talk anymore necessarily here because this is a free account. It should be pretty straightforward to set up. And in the next video, let's actually come back here. Let me show you this. And you want to do that step. And when you do that step, you'll see a check here. But in this video, I actually talk about what I do and what you will see and how to move along to the next place. Okay. So I just want you to know that. So what you want to do here is provide your GitHub username by doing start assignment. And the other thing I want you to consider doing at this point is actually joining our Discord. So in this case, I've provided a link for what is Discord in case you want to look at it, but it is a very popular way for us to interact on a real time basis. And let me just give you this, and I may have talked about it before, but I don't think I did, is like you and I may work at the same time, meaning, I'm an early morning person. I get up early in the morning, I go work out, I come home, and I start working on my classes. I typically shut off maybe 6 in the evening and have my own life. I know it's hard to believe, but I do. Well, actually, you don't know me well enough. Maybe you do. I don't know. But the point is that when you might be working, because you might be, and I've noticed many students have this, is they like to work later at night. That's great. So if you need help though, and you're wanting that assistance, hopefully there'll be another student or somebody that's taken my class before, and I'll talk about that in a second, that could help you get through something, because I totally understand the frustration of getting stuck in a particular area that will not let you move on. Okay. Now, this first thing we're doing with the GitHub, just setting up the account, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you get ready to move through this course content. Okay. Especially this first, well, any of it, honestly, any of it. So back here. So what I've given you here is I've given you a link to join. And I believe I'm still logged in. Okay. Yep. And then you'll hit accept invitation, and that will be great. And you'll walk through, in this case, an invite, setting up the account. Okay. I'm actually just going to go to Discord right here. Okay. Because I'm already logged in, and I'll just go ahead, or I'm already signed up because this is my Discord server. And here's what I want you to understand is when you get to this server, the invite I've provided you drops you into the Start Here channel. So these are channels, and one of the channels I recommend either before or after you've asked me this step is you actually go and look at the code of conduct and click up into here. And I want you to read, because I use a Python code of conduct, not because this Discord server is primarily based there. It's just that Python has a great community that has written a code of conduct that I align with. And really, this is just about how we agree on these kinds of systems, because these are, there are going to be some students, I don't know if you notice, there's 104 people on this server. At this point, I've only been using this for a year. But out here in these tech channels, this is for anyone that's taken my class before. But for you, this current FCC students, right, what you will see is when you come is you will only see this channel. You will not see these channels because, and I'm going to hover there for a second, this is limited because you have to be enrolled in the current semester in order for you, and this is the one I'll add this class into, once you've asked me. So you get the invite, you create the account, you get placed into here, and then you actually put a message right here. It says, hey, Rio, could you add me to the CIT93 channel? And then you'll be there with your other classmates in that private channel, but you can still interact out here. Like here would be a logical one if you weren't getting an answer and you just wanted to ask a general question of somebody that maybe has taken this class before or maybe has more experience. Okay, so I want you to know that those are the next steps: creating that GitHub, setting up, which I hope you do. Again, I didn't say this, but let me just end with this: is the idea that Discord is not required for this class, right? It is not a required setup. It is a suggested one. And I think you'll see by joining it the benefits of it. I've had so many students who have taken my classes in the past say, I really enjoyed having the Discord there so that I could get support when maybe I wasn't around, because it's not going to be true that I'm always going to be available. When I am available, I do my best to give you the highest level of support that I can. But it's also, I've noticed through my years of teaching, God, that makes me sound old, is that students often want to ask other students. And I think there's this, like, it's almost hard for them sometimes. They ask the instructor. I hope that's not true. I've tried to make myself approachable, but I understand that that is there. And, this gives you a way to easily ask your fellow classmates questions. Okay. I just thought about this. Okay. So now, when you start this and you provide, and I'll just do it to simulate because you'll see this now in the next video, right? You hit submit. What happens here is that you get, if you come back here, you can either go next, but you can't actually do the next step. Watch this video until I've added you. So if you are doing this assignment late at night, no, it may take me until the next morning to do that. So I just want you to know that is the case. And here's the other thing I want you to know moving into this is that I recorded this, I think, at the beginning of this week, and I did it actually kind of in some cases learning along because part of the reason I wanted to have a Windows environment clean setup was so that I could actually hopefully come up and experience some of the things that you may experience in your going through this content as a way to hopefully both better support you if you ask questions, but better understand what on the Windows side you need. On the Mac side, I've been using that for years. And actually, this is why I recorded one video that notice this video actually it doesn't have a little dot because it's just provided for reference. Even if you're a Mac student, I recommend just walking through watching this content because it will help you understand this and the way I want it set up. But just to complete, when you end up finishing this work, this is what your local dev environment will look like. I'm going to go ahead and increase the text a little bit. You'll have a folder. I can't enforce this. It's recommended. You create a folder on your local system, and then you're going to end up cloning, basically copying those repos from Git to your local, from GitHub to your local Git installation. And then from here, matter of fact, I've already started. You can see the files I've already been working on for the course, Colong, for the first assignment. Okay. So this is what it will look like just visually once you get this set up. And I should walk you through how to do all this. And it's just a good thing to know how to do. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's what I wanted to end with. And I look forward to seeing and I don't look forward to you having issues, but if you do, I look forward to us interacting. Again, this is being released early, so I hope that you're able to successfully navigate this part of the class. Last thing I'll say for those who still are paying attention, good for you, is that if you happen to get through week 0 before I have week 1 to open up, which I'm almost ready at this point. We are on July 2nd, which I know is super early. But if you happen to get through that before I've released it, ping me out on our Discord channel, our private one for the course, and say, hey, Rio, I got through week 0. You want to get week 1 up for me? And I would say, absolutely, because I'm pretty close and I will probably, chances are, have it done before you ask me, but there's your incentive. All right. Have a good one. Peace out. We're going to go back here.